Hello everybody, how's everybody doing today? God bless your family, your friends, your life, your work. Hope you're doing good today. So, last time we built, I'm trying to remember what we built. I think maybe we built the highlighting or the wheel. I added some new things, so I added an upgrade system. Show you that in just a sec. So what happens now is when you score at the end of a round, or anytime you score, you get XP for whatever customer you scored. So if you do a score
Wisdom
with like
Minor,
rocks,
round
get,
1.
Or stones, that you would get XP for this. When it levels up, you get options for upgrades. So I've got a test here where I can sort of test it out. And once you get it leveled up, then you can click this collective customer XP. So I've got bigger query, which means there's more stone. And then I've got this stone wheel option. There's a few different options and they're all specific to, to the customers. So the stone wheel, encircle a 1 wood block with stone to score a wheel. This one I probably need to do something with because it's a little too easy to score, so I'm going to reduce the value. Here's a steeple for the carpenter. So the other thing I did, so now there's like different shapes that you can do. I wanted to make it so there were more things happening earlier on in the game, and so that's why I created the upgrade system. I also noticed that wood and stone, the stonemason would always level up quicker than everybody else. So I reduced the value of the stone from 2 to 1. So now both wood and stone give you $1 when you break them. But then what I did is I created a multiplier for creating the long logs because it was more fun. So the way it works is you get a 0.5. If you have 3 wood, which is the smallest that you can score, like this, it's worth 4 because it's 3 times 1.5, and every time you get one more, it adds up, 0.5 multiplier on it. So that means for a 3 you get 4, and then for a 4 you get a 2 times multiplier, so that would be 8. And then for the 5, you're getting a 2.5, so that would be, 12 or something. Anyway, that makes it more fun to make longer logs. What thing was kind of interesting is I created this long log option for an upgrade, which meant when you did get a full line, it was worth 50 points because it was pretty hard to do, so it needs to be good scoring. But then when I worked out this scaling multiplier, it turns out that worked out to 52. So I'm going to have to change my long, what is it called, summer beam, which is the name of a beam that I guess goes up along the top of a house. That one I ended up being 52 when I scale it, so I'm like, well, there's no reason to have that upgrade, so I'm going to go ahead and just add like another multiplier for a long line for that summer beam upgrade. That way it's not completely useless. I'm going to try to get a long line here. I don't know if I got enough time to do it, but no, I don't.
Tally up! Round 2.
So you can see here now that there's a wheel. This is a stone wheel. I think these are too easy to get, too easy to make. So I'll probably do something about that. I think what I'll just do is, I think that they're early game, I think they're kind of fun. But right now I'm scaling them so you get, what would you get for this? I think these are all 1, so you get 9. Maybe that's okay. It used to be worth too much, but I feel like maybe it's too easy to get though. So I might like make it 50% of the value. So instead of 9, you'd get, I don't know, 5. I'd probably round up. Instead of give you 4, I'd give you 5. I think that would be probably better. Maybe we'll have upgrades for wheels later. But the one thing, there's a couple things that I need to add. One is that when you are ready to upgrade, I think they should like be obvious, like blink and stuff like that. Do something interesting. I also need to show the upgrades that you have on these guys here. So I think I'll add like a vertical list of all the things that you have along with the images and stuff. So I think that's what I'm going to do today. Do something interesting. If anybody sees this, like and subscribe, please. I would like to have more people watching. There's like lots of upgrades I'd like to run it by people. And get some ideas for new upgrades. So I got 3 wheels here, as you can see.
Hurry up!
Now let's see what this gives me. 17, yeah. That's way too much, I think. Bigger query, smaller query. I want less rocks, so I buy that.
Final round.
It'll have less rocks, so it's like you just got like a deck. Yeah, I think I'll just try to make another long log for fun. I don't know if I got the stuff to do it. It looks like I might be able to make it. 4 hits, yeah, I can do it. I'm just seeing if I can do something else here. Doesn't look like I can. No, I'll just
Hurry up!
break this. 50's good. Probably not gonna break my carpenter yet. It says I've got an upgrade for the stonemason. It doesn't look like it, but maybe that's just a visual issue. I'll do smaller quarter.
Hurry up!
Summer beam, like I said, it's redundant.
Choose wisely.
Couple bugs, like I don't think it's supposed to say swapper charge right in the middle. I don't know why it does it, but only for this specific item. Bomb. More charges.
Life is full of opportunities.
I don't have any upgrades for the power plant or the jeweler, but I got some ideas.
Round 1.
Okay, well we got lots of logs now. It looks like it's going to be pretty easy to make a long line. Relatively, I should say.
Tally up! Round 2.
Yeah, well, there's nothing to upgrade for carpenter. So, okay. So first thing I need to do is I just need to add in the basic upgrades for all of these. So I'm going to have the basic upgrades that will always be there even if there's no upgrades are either get more or less blocks in your deck. I think I want to call it your bag or query or something, because the idea is that there's a list and you can say I've got 10 of these in a bag, 10 stone 10 of the wood and maybe one jewel, and then it randomizes every time between all of those to decide how to create it. And the reason I like to do that way, like the random from a bag, is that it makes it easier to, like, once you add more, you're like, I want to have a more percentage of this stone, you can just add 5 to the bag, you know, and then it sort of randomizes it that way. Which is I think a good way to handle it, rather than like percentage-based stuff, which gets confusing pretty fast. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll go ahead now and add things to add, like, so here's a stone count upgrade, and then here's a stone count downgrade. And I created a system here to allow me to, like, if I pick this buff, this production quantity buff, then it lets me put the data in, which when it gets instantiated in the game, it'll allow me to change what these values are. And the reason I wanted to do it this way is I didn't want to have to create a specific, you know, buff for each individual instance of this type of like production quantity upgrade, to just be tedious. So I'll go ahead and test that out. I'm going to add one to the mill. I call this mill count upgrade. And then I'll do a mill count downgrade. And then I'm going to just look at what the default for the customers are. So the jeweler has a blocks to add 2, mill has 8, query has 20. Okay. So I'm adding 5 usually to the query, plus or minus 5 when I get the upgrade. So I think that is what, 25% of 20. If I want to keep it similar, then what's 25% of 8? I guess that's 2. So I'll go back to my upgrades here. Downgrade is -2. Oh, this is upgrade. Could be +2. +2 logs. Added to query production. I don't know how I'm gonna how I'm gonna explain it. I have to come up with a consistent name. This is downgrade, so this is -2. I'll say -2 logs removed from query production. Okay. So basically, I have the upgrade and the downgrade. Then I can go into my this is not a query, I need to change this to mill. This tells what the requirement is, and this is what links it to the pool for the upgrades when you do get an upgrade. So there's a mill again. This says query customer here. I don't know what. Oh, that's right. These need to know who it's going to. I guess I could have just automatically linked to the customer requirement maybe, but this will work for now. I just have to remember to change this back every time. Mill. Okay. So now that I have the mill +2 and the mill -2, this is upgrade, so say more logs. Smaller mill. Increased production. I could call it something like, you know, I'd like to theme it eventually, like, oh, the mill got a new saw or whatever. Something like that, or, yeah, I think that would be cool. So then I need to add these to the pool, I think. So up here in the upgrade factory, I go down to my customer upgrades, and now I need to upgrade. I need to add in the mill count upgrade, more log. These keys aren't that important, but it's a dictionary, so you know it allows you to look it up from key if you want. I'm gonna do the let's downgrade, so let's log. Okay, I think that does it. I mean, in theory, you know,
Wisdom Minor.
I want to have something, you know, at the base, like if there's no more interesting upgrades or different upgrades, that there's
Round
always something you
one.
can do when you upgrade. And then I'll start anytime I, you know, add a new customer, I'll have those two as base, and then I'll add in more interesting things if I can think of them. Okay, so if I test this out, smaller query, let's just do the stone wheel for fun. Smaller mill, okay. I don't want smaller mill, I'll take a steeple. I probably need to automatically highlight it because this thing should be highlighted, I think, because I got a stone, right? Yeah, like that. Oh, looks like I can do a steeple, probably. Cool.
Tally up.
Pretty sure I don't actually have the code to, like... Yeah, I don't have the code to consume that. That's another thing I need to do, is I need to figure out what to do when multiple shapes intersect. Smaller query
Round two.
means more wood essentially, but... Real close.
Tally up.
Increase production, summer beam. This isn't... Oh. Yeah, I need to change the icon for this. Alright, yeah, so I'm going to change the icon for that increased production. Where's my pen? This will work, I guess. No, better pen. Better pen found. It's a pen I got from an audio engineering team called Clean Cuts, along with the book I'm using. Great group out of, I think, DC. Pretty cool group that does audio work on a game that I used to work on. Okay, so mill count upgrade needs a different image, so I pick, you know, I'll come up with a better image, but for now I'll just do wood block. Same with this one. Then I think I'll just duplicate these and make this called, what are the two things I have? I'll call it, power plant. And what should I be reducing? Reducing the amount of flint that it produces? I don't know. I think I only have like one flint I'll just do an upgrade for flint. Let's see, if I go into customers and I look at power plant, it's producing a 1 flint. So upgrading it will double it. How does it know what it's going to give me more though of? +1. I'll just added to quarry. Maybe it's a quarry. Maybe I call the whole thing a quarry instead of production. I don't know. I'll call light it up. Increase production. Customer we want is the power plant. +1. And the customer requirement is power plant. Then I add it to my upgrade factory here. Oh, more flint. Okay, add it to the group. And this is called, upgrade name is smaller mill. Downgrade. Larger mill. Larger mill. Smaller mill. I'm sure there's some fun things I can add to these descriptions and names. I'm going to rename this one power. I'm thinking about changing this from a power plant to something else though, because I think power plant is like producing, it's producing power. It's basically burning wood to create coal, which is I think a pretty fun mechanic, but I don't know that I can think of enough upgrades with that. I was thinking about changing it to like a friend of mine, John, suggested I change it to a blacksmith, so that way they use coal to produce stuff, but then you can also have him make like metal tools, but I think I'd need metal first, so I almost feel like the power plant needs to produce like a metal, or have some way of metal being produced. I don't know. Something to think about. Can't upgrade. I guess I'll just do a downgrade too. It seems weird to do -1 though. Removed from production. Removed from query. Query? I don't know. Quarry. Reduced flint. Power plant, that looks alright. Allow duplicates, correct. Here's a sprite text overlay. I wonder if the problem with my other tool is that the upgrade sprite overlay is set up. I'll look at that first in a sec. First I want to add this downgrade to my upgrade factory. More flint. Did I not add this? I thought I added this. Less log, less stone, log, more stone, steeple, stone wheel. Okay. More flint. Okay, I must not add it. Less flint. These are kind of the more boring upgrades, but I think they're necessary. You know, if people really want to control their deck. And I probably need to show what the current amount of items are in the bag or in the deck. Power plant count, downgrade. Okay. Here we got more flint, we got less flint. It's interesting that it orders them by name. Alright, and what's the other thing we have? We got the power plant and we've got the, gems. I'll just add these. What's the gems called? It's called the Jeweler countdown grade. -1. This is kind of confusing, isn't it? -1. -1 jewel. Inquiry. I'll clean up. Reduced jewels. Give me a jewel. Jewel. There, that's probably it. I don't want power plant. I want jeweler. I want jeweler here as well. I think that's right. Oh, am I not doing this? I think I gotta make sure that I'm doing this right. There's downgrade. This downgrade needs to be 9-2. Upgrade is 2. Okay. Mill is good. Power plant downgrade. That's 1. That's -1. Okay. These type of little bugs might take me a minute to figure out if I don't fix it now. Maybe not, but sometimes just these, you know, if it's kind of hidden in the background, you know, what's happening. I think ideally I want to show people everything that's going on. Count. Okay, so I'm back to the jeweler downgrade, -1. We're just going to make the jeweler count upgrade. +1 jewel. Whoop. More jewels. Gem block, production quality buff, allow duplicates, correct. 1. No. More is more. Count -1, count +1. Jeweler. Power plant. Just making sure this is there. Okay. So now I've got 2 basic upgrades that will always be there if there's nothing else. I don't allow duplicates for a lot of things, because it doesn't make sense to have them. Although now that I think about it, it might make sense if you get a duplicate. Let's say I get a duplicate steeple, then it like increases the scoring of the steeple. I mean, I like that idea because it gives sort of gives more value to the items that I'm using, and it gives you more choices. I think if I have enough upgrades, maybe I can move it to choosing 1 out of 3 instead of 1 out of 2, and then having stackable upgrades would be probably cool. We'll see. I'm going to go to my upgrade factory again and add these 2 new things. So the first thing is jeweler. Count downgrade. We'll add the jewels. More jewels. Okay, more jewels, less jewels. Okay. So that should just fill out some basic thing. And then to test it out, what I should do is I should go to my manager here and probably add myself a jeweler and power plant. Maybe remove these 2 and just test it out, make sure it's working.
Wisdom Miner.
What's up, Edwin? Maybe I'll join Edwin. I don't know if anybody else is going to be on, so I might as well just chat with him. I could join. Okay, so
Round 1.
Oh, well, that does not seem right. Well, I guess it does seem right, actually, because there's only 2 things. There's twice as many gems in this, so that actually works out. Man, that's funny. I gotta make sure I at least add my base. Query. Move it up. Boop. Not that that order matters at all, but.
Wisdom Miner. Round 1.
Okay, yeah, so I got these. So if I go here and I test customer XP, collect it, it's going to collect. Right now the test XP gives XP to everybody, so it says choose, do I want to downgrade? Sure, I'll do a smaller query. And then I'll say more jewels. Power plant. Oh, I need to change the look of the flint. I'll reduce flint. That should mean that 0 flint shows up.
Tally up. Round 2.
Oh, interesting. I'm not getting points. I'm not getting upgrades for the stonemason. Sorry, for the jeweler. So I need to upgrade that. I mean, I think I'm getting more jewels. It's hard to say until I go to the next.
Tally up.
Until I go to the next level and it gets me. I might just create like a re-roll button or something in test. Smaller query. What, it says plus 5 stone? Oh, that back is bigger query? I said smaller query, didn't I?
Final round.
There's no way to upgrade my jeweler or power plant.
Tally up.
Yeah, okay.
Choose wisely.
Choose wisely. Okie doke. So the first thing is power plant. Is it showing the right thing? No, power plant showing wood block. I'm going to have it show coal, I think. Probably flint, actually, because that's really what I'm getting more or less of. Where's my flint? I think this is a flint. Yeah. And stone shows stone. Mill all shows default summer beam. Mill can't upgrade 1. What is this actually doing? I think I created a copy that I didn't use. Minus 2 logs, plus 2 logs. Yeah, I think I gotta delete this. And then just double check that it's not still. I didn't add that to the upgrade. Yeah, it looks fine. Okay, so now I need to get. There's a few things I need to do. One thing I need to do is I realize that I'm not actually getting XP for my jeweler when I. Here's highlighting the jewels. The sandals like highlighting the bottom. If it's at if it's at the bottom, then I get points for it. Show points. So I get show money and XP for this. This says show reward. I think process final. This should show points for each one. Don't know if I'm supposed to be using show points anymore. Maybe. Let's see what we're doing for other people, like mill. So for the mill, we do it, and we say show and gain XP here. Do we do show points anywhere? We're doing that differently. I say show money and then gain XP. I guess I'll put that in there. Show points. Do 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 do. I'll try it here. Reward value is 10. Clear cache. I think that'll do it. Lots of bug testing. What up, Edwin? Okay, so I got
Wisdom Minor. Round 1.
let's see if this 30. These get 10 each. And I can't remember what the customers have for upgrading. I think it's 30. So this should upgrade the jeweler alone.
Tally up.
Yep. Yeah, reduce jewels or more jewels. Let's do more jewels.
Round 2. Tally up.
Smaller query. More jewels.
Final round.
I think it's just easier to just do things directly rather than getting if you get a jewel at the bottom,
Tally up.
Score it for you, which can be good because it takes a lot of hits, but
Choose wisely. Life is full of opportunities.
Why do I show choose one here? That seems like a bug. Without wood, fire goes out. Without gossip, a quarrel goes down. Proverbs. I'm not sure why this is showing. Let's see if there's any errors. It says child count 2. Oh, okay. This is just choosing the... I need to change from choose one to choose a customer, because this is just customer buying.
Round 1.
I'll change that now. So if I go to choice UI, wherever you are, title text, I'll say choose a customer. Choose a customer, okay. I need to change the look of that too. I think I want them to look more like something like this, since that's what the customer is going to look like. Now I got a lot of jewels and a lot of wood. I can light things on fire. I really like lighting things on fire.
Tally up.
More jewels. Sure, why not?
Round 2.
Bing bong. I got a bomb, right? So we'll just speed up the drop, bro.
Tally up.
See if Carpenter's actually getting any points now. Yeah, it is. Okay. If I can pick a stone wheel or a smaller query, I'll take smaller query. More juice, I want more juice. Power plant's upgraded again? I guess so. I'll take reduced flint.
Final round.
Let's bomb these boys down.
Tally up.
More jewels. Going jewels, baby.
Choose wisely.
Got all the tools.
Round 1.
About done. Oh, okay. That didn't work.
Tally up.
Stone wheel. More jewels.
Round 2.
Yeah, I think it's working. I get lots of jewels now. 10 is a lot, you know, when you can just crank up the amount of jewels you got. It definitely seems like there's like a scaling, you know, as something gets upgraded more and more, they become more powerful. So it's easier to upgrade it. I'll have to work on the scaling. Right now the scaling of the level is 1.5 every time. I think. So I probably need to adjust that or just verify that scaling is actually working. Not totally sure that it is working. But, alright. It is getting hot in here. I'm in Portland, and it's been real hot. It's been in the high 90s. I think it'll be high 90s today. There's the AC running. I'm gonna join Edmund's chat, see how that goes. Whoop. Up. What up, Edwin?
What's up, brother?
Yo. Just a
See you
streaming.
streaming, man.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you working on today?
I'm trying to finish this video and get it out by 4.
Okay.
I don't think I'm gonna be editing anymore.
Editing anymore
I,
ever? Or you mean for this one?
well, um, I'm gonna put videos out
Yeah.
or some type of content. I can't sit in these video editors like this.
Yeah.
Uh,
It sucks.
so, um, and it's not something I've learned a lot about collapsing time frames and this is video editing isn't something that I will be doing as a as a
Wisdom
team
Minor.
leader on any project.
Mm-hmm.
So my desire is to be heavy into the direction of the game and the game development and things. So I'll be involved in marketing, but I just won't be sitting here in a editing program cutting and doing all the stuff I'm doing now.
Right.
So,
Well, I
but
mean,
anyway,
yeah, I mean, it's taken a, you're using a new program too, which is difficult, and I can tell that can be really frustrating and time consuming. But I think if you find that it's not going to be sustainable, you can pretend you're somebody you're not, and I've done that plenty, where you can just work to your strengths, right? And I think that's a good idea to work towards your strengths. If you find some way of like producing things faster that require less editing, I think that makes a lot of sense.
yeah,
I mean, even if it's just like, you specifically are recording specific clips that you want to put in, and you just throw that in the background, even if it's like random stuff, that's one way you can show the game. I don't know, whatever works for you, dude.
yeah, I appreciate it.
How much longer do you think it's taken you with this new? So you were using CapCut before, and what are you using now?
I'm using DaVinci right now.
Okay, I've never heard of that, but I don't do any editing, so.
Yeah, I'm using DaVinci. But whether it's CapCut or DaVinci, it doesn't matter. It's just um it's the time consuming part
Yeah.
of it, and and being able to just pump out content is more important than just like getting these perfect cuts and things on these videos. So
I agree with you, 100%.
I'm like, I think that's gonna be my new rule or guideline, is just put out content but no editing. Like just
Or small editing, yeah, low. Yeah.
yeah, very super minimal. Like when I say minimal, I mean like no more than like 2 to 3 cuts
Right.
of video. Um like
Trying to get
if I was sitting there just talking about something for like 45 minutes, and I know like, okay, let me just take the 20-minute and put it out.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyway, I don't want to have all this about whatever on your stream. You streaming right now, right?
Yep. No, I mean, this is game development stuff, plus you're the only one who's
Yeah.
probably going to watch this stream ever, so I think that just the conversation about game dev and the process, I think, is cool. Um,
Yeah, yeah, man. I mean, shoot, it's 3 people in here right now, including myself. So
oh yeah.
there's some people in here, bro.
Well, hello,
You know,
stranger. Yep.
yeah, welcome, whoever you are.
Yep.
Let's say hi to you in the chat box,
Yep.
person.
Edwin's working on a really cool game. It's hard to explain. You want to describe it, Edwin? Since I can't see your screen.
Right, right now, it's genre strategic action RPG titled Sea. You enter wastelands, burst monsters in the seas, transforming them into vegetation that supports your faction. And by the time you finish your mission, you go from this wasteland to a tropical forest or utopia. And it is story wise based on a horrible famine where a lot of people are starving. And so you're doing something in the midst of this famine to try to supply food for people while connecting broken pieces of the planet to hopefully solve a problem.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
So the game would not be exist if it wasn't for this man right here. He is an awesome programmer, the founding programmer on the project, and as you can see, he can cook. He's cooking up a puzzle roguelike right now. And yeah.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, me and Edwin have worked together on some games and prototypes, and it's great. It's great to find people that follow your interest and your purpose. Otherwise,
Yep.
sometimes it feels like you're all alone, you know, and what you're doing is ridiculous or too risky, or it's just you need to find your community when, especially if you're doing something that's kind of rare. I heard recently at this conference we went to in Madras that they said that there's only like 60,000 people making games,
That's
which is
crazy.
crazy
That's
small.
that's small, bro.
Yeah, considering that it's, games, well, they're really hard to be profitable. It's a hit-based business, so if you do really well, you make just a ton of money. But I think most of the people making games aren't making it to make a lot of money. Um,
Yeah,
they're doing it because they love video games and they want to be part of creating it. There's
absolutely.
definitely big companies that are just looking at spreadsheets and trying to build games and stuff, but that's not most people, I don't think.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So what I'm doing right now is I'm making this game where you have different. It's a puzzle roguelike, so you get different tools over here. Um, and the tools will let you manipulate the board in different ways. For instance, you can put a bomb down, and after 3 seconds, it'll create a chain reaction. It'll blow up in a square, and it'll light this thing on fire. And then the fire has chain reaction properties as well. So what I'm doing right now is just building for the power plant. So you use flint to burn coal, and then if coal is grouped in 3 or more, then it scores $3 per coal square. So I'm just trying to come up with more synergies and more interesting things. I think the fire, burning the wood to create the coal, is very fun, but I want to make all the different parts of the game interesting, so there's multiple different successful builds. For me, roguelikes are fun when you play the game and you get a different experience, but it's fun every time in a different way. To me, that's like the excitement of one of the main excitements about roguelikes. 78 bucks is pretty good. Less rock. I'm working on the upgrade system, so as you get you score points with these different things, these different customers that you get upgrades, and they give you different options to improve your run. I'll take less flint. I guess you got to be careful. I probably should show how much flint you have in the bag, because if you get to 0, that would probably be probably be good. It says I've got an error here. Huh? That's weird. If canvas group is not equal null. Not sure why that's. It might be a race condition or something, but I'll put a check in there just in case. Ooh, that's a lot of wood. Want to burn it all. Trying to get a path up here with my wood, so then the fire catches onto the next wood. It just like moves through. Um, but I like your
That outline really helps.
yeah. Yeah, it's hard to know what's going on without it. You can see that these logs would make lines without it. It's also intersected with this steeple here. Um, one thing I need to do is probably create like a way of changing the order of how these things are going to be scored, so you can move them around if you decide you want the steeple to score or the long log. You can choose which one. I thought about making it so you can score things on top of them, but like I don't know if I want to do it that way, where you could score a log, a long log, and a steeple, but I don't know if that's the right way to go about it. Let's see if I can, oh, I'm missing one wood. I want to clear out all the wood. There we go. All the wood's coal. Whoops. 12 and, oh, I missed these two, because there are only 2, not 3. Small query. Oh, I used my flint. Oh, there we go, that's a lot of wood. Kind of gets a little ridiculous. I think I need to add like enemy stuff, you know, where you have like things that get thrown into your quarry that are not necessarily helpful. So you have to work around it, because it seems like with this build you eventually get to the point that you're just gets pretty easy. I don't know how to do it. Also, I think probably my par is not scaling up fast enough. Still kind of fun, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna score so much. I think ordering the way that this moves probably 138. That's the most I've ever made for sure in one group. More jewels. Straight. Oh man. It's funny. I got almost all wood. Yeah, it just got ridiculous. Until recently, there was no way to like control the amount of things you had. Now it's just gonna like just do long logs, I think. Yeah, 50, 50, 50. That's funny. Larger mill, nothing but. I'm going to increase the production a little bit. I think I had no flint in there. I'm going to reuse my drip. Oh, there we go. End of the prototype. If you want to play the game, I don't have the latest version up there. I'll probably put it up there today with this version, but it's linked in the description if you want to try it. And if you do, and you've got any ideas, I would love to hear them. If you want to post them in the itch.io page, that'll be best, or in this video. Edwin, you know if Chris is producing any more video, working on another video?
I'm not sure. He sent me a video he wanted me to watch from another content creator, and he's also rethinking how he's doing his videos, because his editing is more complex than mine. Like he's
Oh yeah.
using like I believe he's using After Effects, so his stuff is just, I felt bad for him, because I'm like, bro, I know how crazy the program is, and to get a solid like rendered video out of that.
Right.
So but yeah, so I'm not sure if he's coming. He just spoke to me. We had the call with Manny about some 3D stuff that Manny's job is looking to get done for a project. And he told me, he's like, yeah, I'm rethinking my YouTube strategy and what I'm doing. So this editing stuff, man. It went good. we have to have another meeting because there's some details that we need to discuss around the 3D models. So, but it went good.
Okay, I think this is a problem. It looks like it's when I restart the game, it's not resetting the par, and it's not resetting my list here. I got a win. Larger mill. Dealer need upgrade. I lost. Didn't have enough money. The canvas proof was destroyed. Interesting. Okay, I think I should probably fix that problem. Let me test it out. I think I've got the stuff to fix the problem here. If I go here and I say fill tools and customers, here's all my customers over here. What a card UI. Huh. I guess that's new. I guess that's right. And then I can say win. Where is it? Choice window, test lose, test end of demo. I think that's what I do. It should be end of demo, right? You win. Okay, so if I go to main menu, let's see, I've got all this stuff here. I think I should have already reset this stuff. Play. Yeah, it's just adding. Okay. At least I can recreate the problem. Customer manager. When I start the game, who's calling reset customers? He is. Alright. There's some gameplay. I got player. Where's the par? Starts out at 50. I guess I can just go down here and say par equals 50, I guess. Make a new one. Starting par equals 50. Reset. There it is. Par equals starting par. I think you gotta stop your debugger when you change something, or it can cause some issues locking up your, at least my debugger, it works that way. Okay. I want to get a new build out today, so I want to make sure that these bugs are fixed, because they don't cause me problems when I'm testing, because I just restart it, but I think when people play it, it will. Okay, fill tools and customers. Test out a demo. Break it down. Seems to not actually trigger the end of the demo until it gets here. So main menu. Huh. Oh, did I not start again? Okay. I didn't have my debugger on. I'll go ahead and, yeah, I don't care about these. How do we start again? Test enter demo. You win, okay. Okay, so reset customers does not seem to be working. Customers data only has 2 things in it. Reset data only has 2 things in it. Seems right. So customer data has 2 things in it, which is your query and your mail, which is correct. Reset. Maybe it's just a visual thing. Let's see. It definitely shows that my customer data is correct, but my customers are not. I think what I need then is just to reset that. When I reset the data, I need to reset the customers. So reset customers, changes the data, but doesn't update the customers. So I think I'll just go reset customers, create customers. Maybe that'll do it. I think the other thing I need at minimum is I need to fix the issues when some of the shapes collide into other shapes. So like the wheel, stone wheel, and the log line, and the steeple. Oh yes, I'm going to test it out again. What fill tools and customers does is it just adds a bunch of things here for testing, so I get new customers, and it's just a quick way to like test your Macs or test things like this where your data's not being reset. And test on the demo. It gives me a bunch of money so that I don't lose when it starts tallying it up. Tally up. Should be in the demo. Hit main menu, and now, oh, it looked like it crashed, but this still has query, mill, jeweler, power plant, query, mill. What am I looking at? Customer manager. It's not clearing the customers. Okay. I guess we'll wait. Send demo. Okay. Alrighty. So it's resetting is taking like the original, the reset data, and it's setting it into customers data, which is 2. Then when I say create customers, just going to throw out customer data, which has only two things. Creating a new customer, adding the customers. Oh, okay. Customers needs to be cleared before I do that. Okay. Customers data. Customers dot clear. I don't know if I have to clean these guys up or not before I clear it. Might make sense to do so. I'll just start this way. I mean, it's just like a garbage collection thing. Sometimes if you don't clean things up, you have to wait longer for garbage collection to come and get it. But I don't think anybody else is referencing that, so we'll probably clear it up pretty fast. Alrighty, maybe this will have fixed it this time. Fill tools, test into demo. I don't know why it doesn't test right away. It waits until the end of the tally. Probably just where the check happens to see if you won. Alright, that cleared it up. So hit play again. No, didn't. Almost cleared it up. They duplicated. It shows I've got 2 queries and 2 mills. There's got to be a better way to do that. Okay. Cleared my customers. Then I say create customers. It goes through all the data, creates the instance, and adds it. Maybe it's because it's running create customers twice. I bet it is. Maybe I don't need to create the customers. I bet that's it. Okay. I think I got it now. Filters and customers, test and demo. Okay. You win. I'll bet Bones is playing Murder Group. I haven't talked to him in a while. We used to make games back in the day with Big Squad. Had a bunch of prototypes together. It looks like customers are clear. I hit play. Okay. Yay. Okay. That's fixed. Okay. Everything's level 1. It looks clear. Wonder if I can get a long log. 40. Almost a long log. Need to change how Summerbeam works. Because it's it's redundant now because I changed the way the logs give you a like a multiplicative value as you get them longer, to encourage you to make, you know, longer logs rather than a few short logs. And it ends up being 50 if you get all of the whole line. But that summer log, summer bean gives you 50, and that's the same you get normally. So I'm just going to add it as a multiplier, probably like a 1.5 times multiplier, which would give you what, 75. Something like that. I mean, there's going to need to be a decent amount of balancing, but stone wheel, larger mill. There's a stone wheel there. I think it might be giving you too much for a stone wheel, but I think they're kind of easy to make if you don't have much logs. Don't have any logs. Oop, we got two. I think this will, yeah, that'll keep it going. I think this will work too. Got a wheel, second wheel, and a log. It's pretty good. 3x par. It's pretty good. Bigger quarry, smaller quarry. I want less rocks, more wood. What's up with that swapper charge? It's not giving me the right text placement. Oh, there it is. I want the name to be the upgraded name. Nothing for text overlay. Okay. That's simple. And it'll show down here as red instead of in the middle as blue. Okay. Fix duplicate upgrades. Already did that. Fix intersecting outlines. Retool. Summer beam. Upgrade. Alrighty. So I'm going to go to the summer beam upgrades in the mill. Customer. Here it is. Let's check, see if it's summer beam and the count is the same as the grid size, make the multiplier 5. I guess, where are we doing the multiplier? Right here. Multiplier is 1 plus count minus 2. That just seems kind of odd. Why do I have a 1 for the multiplier plus count minus 2 times 0.5? I guess that makes sense. Does it? I think what I'll just say is I'll move this down. And I'll say multiplier times equal 1.5. That's 50% more, which should give me 75 instead of 50 for a summer beam. And then I'll change what it says. Mill long log upgrade. I'll say score 1.5x. Additional bonus for full horizontal line. I don't know, it seems probably did a better job with that description, but we'll try it out. And it just so happens that I have a test set up for this. I'll see if it still works. If I say test summer beam, I think it caused some weird error issues, yeah, back here. Let's see if it scores it though at 75. Oh yeah, I don't have the summer beam, so I'll add it real quick. The one thing that's nice about doing data-driven stuff is that you can like add things to the code pretty easy. Usually, if I go to the player and I just add this buff to it when I start, then I should be able to test it quickly. It would maybe read better if I said, plus 25, money when you get it, but I kind of want to scale based on the value of the resources, like you get 1 for these, so later on if you increase the value of, let's say, wood or stone, then it scales everything else up, which I think would be cool. Yeah, this is funky. Hopefully it still does it right. Let's see. 65. It's 50 times 1.5. 65? Oh, that would be 75. Let's try 50 times 1.5. Yeah, 75. So why am I getting 65? Oh, because it's plus equals 1.5? No. I think that's right. We shall see. I don't need highlight yet. Test summer beam. Don't need to test this. Alright, so multiplier 6.5. So 10 minus 2 is 8. 8 times 0.5 is 4. So it should be, I think that multiplier should be like 4, 5, 6. Reward value, F10. What's the count? The count's 10. 65. I'm going to put another breakpoint up here to see what the multiplier was before it. What's going on here? Oh. Sometimes you got breakpoints, it feels like it's crashed. And you forget you got a breakpoint in there. Larger mill. Yeah, it's just... My test is not cleanly clearing up the objects, clearly. Test number beam. Need to fix that. I've seen it in game, I think, but I'm not sure if that was because I was using DevTools or not. Okay, so the multiplier is 5, which makes sense. Oh, so I'm not multiplying the total value, I'm multiplying just the multiplier, and that's the problem. Maybe it's like an inch problem where it's just scaling it down. So multipliers by 5, and then when I get down here, multiplier equals 6.5. That seems right. Oh, yeah, that's right. 10 times 6.5. Yeah, so I guess I need a times equals 1.5 for the multiplier to get what I wanted. That seems pretty obvious now to me. It's a multiplier after all. Test some marine. There we go. Yeah. That works. I think the next thing I need to do is fix the intersecting outlines problem. I'm worried that once I fix that, then I'm going to want to be like dragging these in different positions and then dragging the sub rules around, because you might want to score one thing rather than something else. But I'll probably add that functionality later. We'll see how big a problem it is before I start adding it, because it would be kind of a hard thing to explain to people how to drag things around. I really need a tutorial, but tutorials are notoriously time consuming and bug prone. I've never worked on a game with a big tutorial where there wasn't just tons of bugs in the tutorial, especially if you want to show it, show people how to do it, because you have to write special rules in the game, and how the game progresses is different in the tutorial. Just time consuming. Bigger query or stone wheel? I'll do stone wheel. Yeah, larger mill. 2 logs out of the query. That's not many logs in here. Oh, that's right. I don't necessarily need logs. I can just do my stone wheels for the time being. I think I don't know if I got enough, but I could bring this guy down and move him over one. Yeah, that's what I'll do. See if that works. There we go. It also doesn't look like logs are scoring on the top. I think maybe I'm not going far enough there. Let's see. Make sure it's not scoring. 17, 17, 17. Yeah, it's not scoring. Smaller query, which means more logs. I'll take strength. Strength lets you break a block in one hit instead of two, which is pretty nice. I'll go gems. Ooh, there's a lot of logs. Whoops, I forgot I didn't need 2 hits. Oh well. I got a long log. $75. Oh, that's right, because I start with, yeah. I need to go back to player and remove that summer beam from the upgrade pool. Is it hot out there, Edwin? Where you are?
It's acting like it want to rain.
So it's humid.
Yeah, it's definitely humid. It's been like sticky. It's like hot, humid, and then just hot. It's weird, but like I said, I went and swam in the lake, and I was like, it was just, I'm like, yo,
That was a couple days ago,
it's
right?
perfect weather. Yeah, it was
You might need
perfect
to take a
weather
dip
for
today,
that.
dude. Reward
I
yourself.
need to do something. I need to do something, bro. I'm almost done with this video, and then after I'm done, I might be just take some time to reflect on some things,
Yeah.
and I might work on the game a little bit this evening, but um, I'm just really in a space where where I'm like, there's a better way to do a lot of things.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That's always, there's always a better way to do it, man. If you don't look back at your code and your process and say, I knew nothing, or that's so bad, then you're not progressing. That's always the way it is. I think the hard part is to know when to push through and when not to, you know. And one way that I
Yeah.
like to think about it is is the problem you're having something that's like fundamental to an area where you're going to add a lot of things to it, right? If it's kind of like at the edge, it's like an effect, or it's something where it's going to work fine. There's no reason to refactor it. But if you start, working with and integrating with other things and adding things to it, and it's harder, then maybe that makes sense, because whenever you integrate between multiple functions or mechanics, the complexity just like multiplies.
Yeah.
It's like this integration problem. Like the more things that you are working together, the more complicated it gets and error prone.
Yeah.
But there's games like Celeste where the code base is just monstrous and disgusting to look at. But I'm guessing the programmer just hadn't done a lot of that type of thing before, didn't know how to break it down and clean it up. But the fact is, the game was great, and in the end, I mean, we're making games to share with people, right?
Yeah.
So, in some ways, how the sausage is made doesn't really matter as long as you can share with people and they like it, doesn't really matter. I wouldn't let it get you down too much.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm not. It's not gonna be down. I'm just like I'm grateful and joyful about it because this challenge is 90 days, and
Yeah.
then I have one continue,
Hmm.
and then once the year is over, it's like uh once the year is over, I if I don't meet the objective, then I have to do the lose condition, or I'm going to do the lose condition thing. And
Yeah.
so it's really making my brain say, okay, in 5 months or 3 months or 90 days, what's possible, like what can be pulled off, like
Hmm.
what, and then this is like, what I mean, like even with like just especially with God, man, like what knowing how powerful uh the creator is, it's like I really get in my brain in that space of like, yo, this thing that seems impossible,
Hmm.
like there's a way to do it. I just have to get out of my human brain about certain methods,
Hmm.
you know, because my human brain might be like, oh yeah, well, you grinded on your portfolio in the past, so just grind on this video or
Hmm.
grind on this game mechanic. Whereas like there may be a way where it's like, oh, could get this mechanic or this same thing done in a short amount of time with this unorthodox method,
Hmm.
and there's a resource over here that could look at
Yep.
and make the most of. So yeah, it's not really a beaten up thing. It's just I am taking different approaches with this short time. When time is short, um, really it really removes a lot of the options that I thought
Hmm.
I had to do.
Yeah, and certainly constraints are a beautiful thing. They are motivating, and they can open your mind up to finding better ways of doing things rather than, like you said, grinding it out. Um,
Yeah.
but I think also our goals. We have our goals of what we want to happen, right? But we don't know the future, and we don't even know what goals, if we completed them, would be better. We have an idea of what we want, but there are just so many things that could be better that we're not considering. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And like what you said with Celeste, it's like the great thing is that it's like no matter how ugly code or whatever, it's like they did it,
yeah,
and I think if anything, if it takes long or it didn't take long, and you can always look and say, oh, all you guys had to do is do this. And I'm sure they know that now,
yeah,
right? They look back, and a lot of people who have like took the game, dissected it, took the code and looked at the code and said, wow, you guys did it like that. And it was like, yeah. And they're like,
hmm,
all you have to do is do this, right? And they're probably like, oh my goodness, are you serious?
hmm,
So, um, that's just the limitless or in the unlimited potential to be able to grow and create something better,
right,
game wise, art wise, or anything.
yep,
So I'm sure whatever they're working on now, if they're working on more games, that s- they can account that into the new game that they're
yeah,
working on.
for sure. Yeah, and Celeste was interesting. I played it, and I beat the game, which I usually don't play games. I usually don't beat games, especially if they're longish. But I beat it because I thought mechanically it was interesting and the music was good, which makes a big difference. If you're in a world and you're running around and it feels good, the music is good. It really helps. But I thought a lot of the mental health stuff to me was like, I don't know, it felt like it was preaching. It was sort of like a little preachy maybe, or it was like almost like talking to the culture, you know.
Yeah.
And I didn't like how they treated there was this character that owned like a hotel, and I didn't think they treated him very well. But you know, there was a talk that was in Ladris where somebody was saying that it showed him that he needed to get some help and that he was depressed. And I thought, you know, like I haven't struggled with depression that much in my life, and it just kind of gave me a different view of, like, you know, there's something to be said for putting, um, especially if it's something that you know, you're making a game and you have something you want to share because it's something that you have overcome or you've struggled with in life, and you put it into a game. It does have the ability to help people, and I think that's really cool. You know, I
Yeah.
think that's great. And just because it didn't speak into me doesn't mean that I should sort of think down on it, right? To me, it was almost like, oh, they're just hopping on a trendy thing. That was what I was thinking about, and whether that's true or not, you know, just knowing that it helped somebody I know, I think is really cool. You know, it shows that there's more than just playing. There's more we can do with games. You know, even action games or goofy games, there can be something there that we can maybe help somebody with, which I think is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%, my brother.
Um, so what I got to do now is I got to fix the intersecting lines problem, and I'm just wondering if I should start here or if I should start in actually figuring out how to do it on the UI, because when you get the upgrade, there's nowhere to show what the upgrade is. Yeah, I don't know. There's a million ways I could do it. You got to look at one of these things. Could you do it just as icons you click on, maybe? Hmm. Produces stone. I should probably say how much it produces. Consumes stone, produces stone. Produces log, consumes log. If I was going to click on something, it would make sense that I would have, like right now, I just hover over it and then it goes away because I don't want it to be like in the way. Maybe if I click on it, it stays open. I think the way I'll do it to start is I'll just put the icons up here. Although, you know, like you'd have a little log and then it would show the number of production on the log. But then I think you could only like fit 3 or 4 of those in here. I think for some of them, like the power plant, there's not a lot of room in that UI. Jeweler, power plant. Like, there's not much room in here. I'll track the cold score at the end of the round. I could just do a list that goes down and down. Also have to consider mobile. So when you don't have a mouse with mobile, so there's no hover over really. There's just a click. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think that seems like the cleanest, but then when you hover over it, different items on it. Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably just take a break and think about it. You still there, Edwin?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh.
So you think you're gonna take a break and
I think so. It's getting hot in here.
feel you, bro. Yeah, I'm about to the heck? I'm about to finalize this video and drop it. I'm thinking about this meter. I got some like.
So the next video, you're saying maybe you'll just talk while you're like playing the game and show people what's going on, right?
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do like something live or something where I record it in 30 in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then I'm just like boom, I just upload it. No editing, nothing. Just yeah.
Yeah.
Cause all this editing, it's just not gonna cut it. It is just not, bro. I could just I can see that this will in terms of this challenge cause things to take a lot longer than they need to.
Right.
So what is this? I don't even know what this audio clip comes from, so I'm gonna delete it. Hopefully it doesn't mess up anything. Of course it messed something up. What is that? What is that?
Well,
Okay, I'm getting
I think I'm gonna go ahead and put a new version of this game up, and then the next time I'll add in more visualization because it's not obvious to me the best way to show the upgrades. But I'm gonna just play through it, make sure there's no obvious bugs. Oh yeah, I want to get rid of my drills. I don't know if I still had them.
okay.
And then do a build, and then wring my shirt out, I guess.
Oh, it's that hot. It's that hot in there, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just starting to sweat, so I'm
That's that brain thinking.
yeah.
That brain thinking to solve them problems. He's like,
Oh, you think my little brain is overheating?
yeah, brain is it's like your computer, start thinking hard, the fans start running hard.
Yep,
Yes,
that's funny.
sir. Yes, sir. I don't even know what this is, what this thing is doing. Hold on. What the heck? Let's see.
That was pretty good, 40. I should level up my carpenter. What do I want? Bigger quarry, of course. No, smaller quarry. I want less rocks. Summer beam or smaller mill? Definitely summer beam. Score an additional 1.5x bonus for full horizontal line. Summer beam.
Alright, I'm not gonna put up this part of the video because it's got some background music, and I went to the grocery store
Yeah.
and I went to the grocery store and it was like doing like, oh, I'm doing game dev grocery shopping. Show y'all how I eat.
Nice.
But this store there's a background music. Okay. I'm not putting this part. I'll see it. Maybe I'll put this other one. Yeah, I think I might put this other one and that's it. And then I will call it. I will call it. I will call it.
Yeah, it's not actually scoring. Oh, yeah, it's not actually scoring that. I think I could do a quick fix for this. No player, I'm going to give it a steeple buff. I'm going to go to the mill customer, then I need to get steeples. What do I want for steeples for logs? I wonder if I should have like a global blocks. Probably what I should do, I should have like this global blocks used thing. I could start with a local one though, for grids to make sure that when you're highlighting one that the groups inside it are used between different highlighting probably. So I've got steeples group. I think that's the one that's actually adding it in. it's already adding a new one every time. I'll bring this out. Get steeples. Steeples group. This one, highlight logs, is putting it in some kind of, oh yeah, it's just grabbing it from here every time. So list a block group. Just adding these into the steeples group. I'm not sure what. I'm just returning the groups. Okay. Yeah, so the order I did it here would make a difference. I think it would be simpler if I just look for a certain group. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna log out and come back in a bit.
All right, bro.
Alright. See you, dude. Thanks for hanging out with me.
For sure. Always. Good stream, man.
Thanks. Bye, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
God bless you and your families. Hope you have an awesome week. Toodles.